Yo, welcome back to another video. Today we are in the Sunshine Cup and let's try to get some wins. So we're going to be using the Magcargo paired with the Shadow Flygon with the Whiscash at the end. We got the Magcargo here versus the Marowak. The Marowak is going to be able to get to potential Bone Club, so we're going to switch out here and we get met with a Garchomp. So Flygon versus the Garchomp. We are able to farm it down easily, and GG's to our opponents. They realize that they have lost so big of an advantage. Interesting Garchomp pick though, that kind of is in line with our Magcargo and Flygon core. So interesting to see that. We're going to switch out into the Flygon versus this Dunsparce. They get their Abomasnow matched up against our Flygon, however. They are going to shield here, and that's going to allow us to get a little bit of extra farm with the Magcargo. They're going to throw here right before they get KO'd. Icy Wind does get revealed, and that's going to allow our Magcargo to get 2 Incinerates to go through. Another Icy Wind does get used, and now we see the Talonflame coming. So Talonflame here is going to have to tank a Rock Tomb. It is double debuff at this point, which is fine. We're going to force them to use some energy at the and they go for the Flame Charge, which does not KO. This allows us to get to another Rock Tomb. This Rock Tomb will KO or grab that shield, and now we know that we can go back in with the Whiscash versus the Dunsparce in the 2 shield situation. This is a favorable matchup for us here, as we are going to be able to fire off the Scolds. Even though the Scold and Whiscash got a little bit of a debuff, it is a tanky Pokemon. We go for the Skull and we get the debuff, so unfortunately for our opponent, we are in a great situation here. All we have to do is probably throw 2 more Scolds, I think. We'll find out here. We are going to be able to tank this next move. Draw run at this point is probably like 10%. We're going to go for the Scald, and boom, down goes the Dunsparce. So GG's to our opponents, able to win that game with the Whiscash at the end. We did get those debuffs, but I think even without the debuffs, we should have been fine still, as we would have been able to get to multiple Scolds. All right, another terrible matchup here. We're going to switch out into the Flygon. We are seeing the Quagsire stay in for now. They are going to throw an Aqua Tail here. We're going to tank the Aqua Tail, and then we're going to throw this Dragon Claw. This Dragon Claw will not get the KO, but it allows us to potentially one-shot farm down. Looks like they are going to allow us to get the farm down, so we have taken out the Quagsire, and now we see the Talonflame. So Talonflame here lurking in the back is why they didn't want to switch out. They are going to be able to farm us down, unfortunately. And then we see the Dunsparce lurking, and that is exactly where we want the Whiscash. Whiscash is going to be able to match up against this Dunsparce and the Talonflame pretty decently. We're going to go for the Scold here. This Scold doing some neutral damage. At this point, does roughly 25%. The next one will KO or grab a shield. They're going to throw another Drill Run. We're going to be able to get to another move here. We go for the Mud Bomb, trying to get this taken out with less energy. Oh, they are able to survive it, but that's okay. We're going to let this go because we are going to come back in here with the Magcargo, which has a favorable matchup. We are going to be able to reach this Rock Tomb first, grab this shield, and they know that it is GG. So we were able to get that Dunsparce low enough for potential farm or KO with that Mud Bomb, and we are able to come back from a terrible lead. Okay, we got the Magcargo here versus the Oranguru. This is going to be kind of a neutral matchup. Let's see what we are going to be able to muster up here. We are going to be able to get to this Rock Tomb. The Rock Tomb will get the debuff or a shield. Okay, we do get that debuff and the shield. Let's see where our opponent ends up throwing. Trailblaze does get thrown, but because it got debuffed, we are able to survive that. They are going to be able to reach another move here. We are going to let this go. Ends up being the Brutal Swing. That's fine. Now we know their movesets, and now we can come in with the Flygon. This is going to be another Brutal, or is it going to be Trail? There's the Brutal Swing. We survive it. We see the Wigglytuff in the back. We got to switch out into the Whiscash. Ooh, they have the Dunsparce lurking, so Dunsparce versus our Whiscash here, not necessarily what they want to see. We go for the Scald. We do not get the debuff, but we have to start using shields here. We save the health on this Whiscash because it's going to be the key. Our Flygon is extremely low, but it has a move. So the idea is to take out this Dunsparce immediately. Okay. They're going to come back in here with the Wigglytuff. We have to shield. Ends up being the Swift. Okay, so now we're going to fire off our own Scald. The Scald does grab that shield. They avoid the debuff again. And it looks like they are going to be able to farm us down. So moment of truth here. Can we get this low enough? It is into the red. We get the attack debuff. Doesn't really matter because we need to take this out immediately. We can't survive anymore. Will this Dragon Claw be enough to take out the Wiggly? Yes, it will. GG's to our opponent. Able to wiggle out of that situation. Shadow Flygon's Dragon Claw dealing roughly 25% to that Wiggly to take him out. So that was literally down to the last charge move. Okay, we got the Diggersby here versus the Magcargo. We are going to switch out and let's see what they have for this Flygon. Looks like they are going to be able to reach a move here. We're going to shield because we want to keep this Flygon relatively healthy. We're going to go for this Dragon Claw right here. We do grab the shield, which is really good news for us. And now we see the Pidgeot. Whoa, interesting Pidgeot here. We are going to throw this Dragon Claw here, and we do grab that shield. And unfortunately, unable to get that additional Dragon Claw. We are going to come back in here with the Magcargo, able to take all of these moves. Feather Dance does get used. And at this point, we are going to look to try to get some extra farm. Looks like they are over farming as well. Rock Tomb does take them out, and now we can reset the debuff. We can go into our Whiscash here. This is a much better situation for us, as Whiscash is going to be able to deal with the Dunsparce. But let's see if we can take out the Diggersby still lurking. We go for the Scald, and we are probably in range of another Scald to take him out. So this is okay. They actually switch out, and they are gonna have to tank this Scald. Doesn't quite KO, but we get the debuff, which is really good news for us. We actually get them to throw the move on CAP timing. We're gonna switch out into the Magcargo to get that extra Incinerate. And now basically we're forcing them to use some energy or get the KO because our Magcargo is at an overheat, and boom, down goes the Dunsparce. So GG's to our opponents, able to win that game. Check out this team if you haven't already, and let us know if you enjoyed the video.